Hey everyone, welcome. As an instructor, I've got to say there is literally nothing more rewarding than guiding eager learners through the beautifully structured process of mastering Quranic recitation. Today, in this explainer, we're going to walk step by step through the rules of Tajweed. So whether you're just starting out or, maybe you're already refining your skills, you are absolutely in the right place to build this foundation layer by layer. Okay, let's dive into this. Does the exact sound of a single Arabic letter really matter all that much? Well, the answer is a resounding yes. It's not just about aesthetics or just trying to sound like a professional reciter. No, it is deeply, deeply tied to your spiritual journey. When you articulate a letter precisely as it was intended to be pronounced, you're actually ensuring the profound meaning of the text remains perfectly intact. The stakes here are incredibly high. And yet, as you'll see, achieving this accuracy is entirely within your reach. So, here's our roadmap for today. First, preserving meaning through tajweed. 2, core rules of articulation. 3, overcoming pronunciation challenges. 4, the power of consistency. And 5, mastering tajweed online. Let's get to it. Starting off with section 1, preserving meaning through tajweed. Now, I really want to ground us in our spiritual why before we get into the mechanical what of it all. See, Tajweed isn't merely some restrictive set of rules designed to make reading difficult. Far from it. It's the essential practice of pronouncing every single letter correctly to preserve its exact meaning and beauty. Think of it like this. In the Arabic language, even slightly softening a heavy letter can completely alter a word. Actually, let me give you a quick example. Pronouncing a heavy, deep Q sound as a lighter K sound changes the word qalb, which means heart, into qalb, which literally means dog. Yeah, huge difference, right? So proper tajweed preserves the divine accuracy of the text, turning your recitation into the absolute highest form of respect. All right, moving right along to section 2, core rules of articulation. Now, while Arabic might sound a bit complex to an untrained ear, these rules are incredibly systematic and honestly entirely manageable. First up, we have articulation points, basically learning exactly where a specific sound originates in your mouth or throat. Then we have rules of elongation, which dictate exactly how long to hold certain vowel sounds. Third are stopping rules, knowing exactly when and how to pause to maintain the correct meaning and the rhythmic flow. And finally, nasal sounds. These add that distinct acoustic clarity to the verses. Each step just logically builds upon the last. It's really a brilliant step-by-step science. This brings us to section 3, overcoming pronunciation challenges. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the contrast. Because as an instructor, I see pronunciation hurdles literally every single day. And I want to assure you right now that struggling at first is a completely normal part of the process. On the left, you can see the beginner's struggle when trying to learn alone, grappling with difficult Arabic sounds that just don't exist in your native language, forgetting all those rules we just talked about, or dealing with inconsistent habits. It's frustrating. But look to the right, guided success. When you have a qualified teacher providing live corrections, interactive exercises, and real-time feedback, total game changer. You're no longer sitting there guessing if your throat sound is right. An instructor is there gently guiding you. That immediate feedback is the exact bridge between frustration and actual fluency. Okay, section 4, the power of consistency. So how do we actually solidify those guided corrections? Well, the crucial point is this. Reading a little bit every single day will always beat cramming once a week. Consistent daily practice strengthens your memory over time and gradually, almost invisibly, improves your recitation skills. And as you practice, you build this massive reading confidence, which naturally dials down that nervous hesitation you feel when you approach a new verse. Most importantly, repetition ensures the better application of all those rules. Muscle memory takes over, and what once felt like a complex mathematical equation suddenly becomes a natural, beautiful, flowing recitation. And finally, section 5, mastering Tajweed online. We've talked about the why, the what, and the how. Now let's talk about where this is happening. Today, utilizing modern digital solutions like Muslim Academy. Today, a ton of learners prefer online systems because they can learn from qualified teachers without geographical limitations. I mean, just think about the freedom in that. You no longer need to worry about the commute, fixed community schedules, or, maybe living in a region without access to highly trained instructors. You get one-on-one attention, direct feedback, and access to a global pool of expert teachers right from the comfort of your living room. It truly democratizes high-quality Islamic education. Let's move to and see how this builds over time. Trace the beautiful journey of a learner with me. On day 1, you begin with simple, step-by-step guidance, and, hey, you don't even need prior Arabic knowledge. Your instructor breaks everything down simply. Over the following weeks, you practice regularly, adjusting your articulation based on those real-time teacher corrections. Fast forward a few months, you'll notice significant progress. You achieve accurate fluency. And above all, you develop that stronger, much deeper spiritual connection because you're reciting the words exactly as they were meant to be heard. You go from a hesitant beginner to a completely confident reciter. So I want to leave you with this provocative thought. When will you take your first step toward an accurate and spiritually profound lifelong connection with the Quran? We've seen throughout this explainer that mastering Tajweed is absolutely not an impossible mountain to climb. With the right guidance, a structured approach, and just a bit of consistent daily practice, you can preserve the beautiful meaning of this text and elevate your entire spiritual journey. The tools are available, the teachers are waiting, and the path is clear. It's totally up to you to take that first step. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and happy learning.